Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the launch party for Looking for Lilith Theatre Company's Kentucky Suffrage Project. I'm Jennifer Tallman Kepler, co-artistic director of Looking for Lilith Theatre Company and project director for the Kentucky Suffrage Project. We are so excited to share with you the plans we have for this project. We have been working on the Kentucky Suffrage Project for years, literally. In 2017, we began preliminary research on women in Kentucky who worked for women to have the right to vote. The research team, headed by company members Holly Stone and Sarah Canary, kicked into high gear in 2018. They collected a massive amount of research. And just under a year ago, in September 2019, we began using that research to create a full-length, newly devised play, which explores women's suffrage in Kentucky within the context of the national movement. This intersectional project lifts up undertold stories and suffragists of color. It is important to us that this project explore the economic, educational, and racial tensions in the movement, as well as challenges and disenfranchisement that still exist today. All of the women that we have gotten to know through this process were deeply ingrained in the movement to make our world better here in Louisville, in the Commonwealth of Kentucky, and in our nation. After meeting several times a week from September 2019 until March 2020, COVID-19 put a hold on our plans. Instead of opening our world premiere original play a week and a half ago at the Mex Theater at the Kentucky Center, we are launching this series of exciting virtual, at-home, and in-person events to you on Facebook Live from the comfort and safety of our homes. In the last 6 months, this project has evolved and evolved and evolved again. But it took 70 years for women in this country to gain the right to vote, and many, many more years for that right to be extended to all women in the United States. There is no way that this group of women, the women of Looking for Lilith Theatre Company, would allow a global pandemic to stop us from sharing the underheard stories of these powerful, world-changing women and local suffragists. Their perseverance and resilience inspires us today as we figure out what it means to be a theater company in a world where live performances are just not possible. They inspire us as we discern our place in the racial and social unrest of our time as a group of artists committed to social change and for working for the full liberation of all people. Like the women of the suffrage movement and of all social justice movements since, we adapt in the face of the tactics of those in power, whether it be a virus or an unjust system. A year ago, we never would have imagined what this project has evolved into, or the new skills that we would have learned along the way. And yet, tonight, we are excited to reveal to you the full revised plan for the Kentucky Suffrage Project 2020. We have virtual performances, online community conversations, suffrage at home family kits, including a completely original coloring and activity book created by local artists, and even, God willing, an in-person driving tour with live performances, all celebrating the right to vote. As always, we need your support to make this happen. So if you are able, visit our website today to help us honor these important stories. Our website for donations will be in the chat. So, calling on the spirits and the power of our foremothers.
Mary Virginia Cook Parrish.
Nanny Barrows. Georgia and Alice Nugent.
Susan Look Avery.
Alma Bergman.
Dr. Julia Ingram.
Dr. Anna Lawrence.
And our own Kathy E.B. Ellis.
And the many other women of the movement.
We announce that to commemorate and celebrate the hard work of these women, Looking for Lilith Theatre Company will host a virtual performance of our original scenes or a community conversation every Wednesday, starting tonight until the November election. All events will be at 7:20 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on Facebook Live. So mark your calendars and check out our website for the full schedule. And now, stay tuned as we tell you more details about each aspect of this project, including how you can participate and support the project. Devising team member, costume designer, and member of the leadership team, Morgan Young, is up first, introducing the centerpiece of the Kentucky Suffrage Project.
On September the 9th, we will kick off from Bardstown to Broadway, the road to Votes for Women, a series of original virtual performances divided into 6 episodes. Each episode highlights the work of Louisville suffragists as well as the locations in the city where they did their work, creating a virtual suffrage tour of Louisville. Check out this trailer to get a taste of From Bardstown to Broadway, the road to Votes for Women.
When, in the course of human events, it becomes necessary for one portion of the family of man to assume among the people of the earth a position different from that which they have hitherto occupied, they should declare the causes that impel them to such a course.
Well, children, where there is so much racket, there must be something out of kilter. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men
and women are created equal.
Look at me. Ain't I a woman?
On August 26, 2020, exactly 100 years will have passed since women have gained the right to vote.
Since it is evident that the women of our nation are soon to be invested in the right of franchise, we would like to go on record in asking the instructors of this country, especially those in colored schools, to teach our children of the lives of the men and women of our race who have thus far shaped and are shaping our destinies.
I call this meeting of the Louisville Equal Rights
Local Women's
Association
Improvement Club
to order. It happened here. The Louisville Equal Rights Association started meeting in Susan Look Avery's house on the corner of 4th and Broadway.
Mary Virginia Parrish was a suffragist, a writer, and a professor at Simmons College in Louisville.
Louisville women Mamie Stewart and Mary Virginia Parish also held national positions within the National Association of Colored Women. And Mary Virginia Cook Parish and her friend Nanny Burroughs also helped to found the powerful National Baptist Women's Convention.
I am very excited to welcome our special guest speaker here today, all the way from England, world-renowned Emmeline Pankhurst, who will be speaking on the closing night of our conference.
We only threw a few stones, just enough to let the men know we were in earnest. Probably 50 stones were thrown in the 3 or 4 years of the agitation, and no stone went through a meeting hall window that did not have the message, "Give women the vote," attached. By these methods, we obtained what all of our patients had failed to obtain.
When you have no power to speak,
How can you make your voice heard?
I appeal to the highest lawmaking body of the Commonwealth for justice to Kentucky women. Custom has always been a tyrant. Timid woman, on whom he has riveted heavy shackles, comes to look him in the face.
if the first woman God ever made was strong enough to turn the world upside down, all these women together ought to be able to get it right side up again.
Thank you to Holly Stone and Claire Hagan for their work on videography and video editing. To make sure you never miss an episode, head over to Looking for Lilith Theatre Company's YouTube channel and subscribe. We're currently seeking episode sponsors. If you're interested in sponsoring an episode, send an email over to Jennifer, our project director, and she'll connect you with our board. Her email will be in the chat. You can also make a donation to support this project on our website, lookingforlilith.org/support. Now over to company member, social media coordinator, and project set designer Jill Marie Shearbaum to tell you more about our activities for families and project merchandise.
Let the fun begin with this From Bardstown to Broadway, The Road to Vote for Women coloring and activity book for kids. Each book contains a collection of coloring sheets and activities that will keep kids engaged in fun and quiet play, all while learning about untold stories of Kentucky suffragists and highlighting suffragists of color. Perfect for elementary school classrooms, stocking stuffers, road trip, goodie bags, and more. Best enjoyed by children ages 3 and up. All the illustrations are by a Louisville artist, and it's made right here in Louisville. The digital copy will be available on our website, www.lookingforlilith.org, next Wednesday, September 2nd. Our Suffrage at Home family kits will also be available to order next Wednesday, September 2nd on our website. They will include a coil-bound version of our From Bardstown to Broadway, The Road to Vote for Women coloring book, a Votes for Women button, a game of skill between suffragist and police called Suffragetto, 2 craft kits, one to make your very own suffrage sash, and one to make your very own suffrage hat. All of this is included in a canvas tote featuring the From Bardstown to Broadway logo. Stay tuned for more information on all of our other suffrage-themed merchandise coming soon. The Kentucky Suffrage Project banner contest will be from now, August 26th, until September 30th, 2020. Come be a part of history to commemorate the 100th anniversary of the 19th Amendment by creating a suffrage-inspired banner. The winning design will be produced into a yard signs for our driving tour in late October and early November, and will become a prop for our stage production in August of 2021. Details to enter will be at www.lookingforlilith.org.
I'm Tiara Thomas, devising team member. Tomorrow night, we will kick off our community conversation series with virtual story circles around voting. A story circle is a group of people, each responding to a prompt with a personal story. Everyone speaks uninterrupted, and a facilitator gently guides the process. You don't need to have any experience to join a story circle. You just simply show up and listen and share. Email Jennifer at lookingforlilith.org to reserve your spot and get the Zoom link. The Zoom link will be in the chat. The series continues next Wednesday, September 2nd, with a virtual tour of our devising tour of our pre-COVID devising, a studio and a live question and answer with members of the devising team. Other community conversations include suffrage craft making with Jill and Morgan on September 23rd, and a panel conversation with women in politics about the current voting rights and issues on October 14th. You can find the schedule of the events on our website at lookingforlilith.org. And the website will be in the chat as well. We are available to host private story circles with your group or class. The Looking for Lilith community outreach team is also developing suffrage-related performances and resident content that can be done in schools and community groups. Virtually for now, and in person when it's safe to do so. You can contact Jennifer Tallman-Kepler, Project Director, to find out more about how to bring the Kentucky Suffrage Project to your group or school. We are grateful to be a part of the Fund for the Arts, Arts and Education Arts program, which will fund some of the programming in the schools. If you would like to help support these community conversations, you can make a donation at our website at lookingforlilith.org/support. And Shannon Woolley Allison will tell us about the culminating event of the Kentucky Suffrage Project 2020.
I am so excited about the way that we will culminate this fall. In the week leading up to the 2020 election, the week of October 28th, we will host our first ever progressive performance. We are also deeply missing live theater, and it's not possible to perform in a theater space right now, but we will be performing in the locations where these Louisville suffragists lived and worked. And you are invited to drive that route to different locations in the city and see from the safety of your car live outdoor performances created by our devising team. These performances will feature the local suffragists you've gotten to know throughout the virtual episodes in the locations where they did their work. The Nugent Family Home, Simmons College, the Hayburn Building, which was formerly the home of Susan Look Avery and the meeting place of the Louisville Equal Rights Association. We're also going to embrace the fact that that is Halloween week, and we're going to feature our local suffragists in some locations like Cave Hill and Eastern cemeteries, where many of them are buried. We invite you to come to the driving tour dressed up as your favorite suffragists. We're going to have treats at each stop of the tour for adult trick-or-treating. We hope you will stay up to date on plans for this driving tour and more by signing up for our email list and following us on social media. And remember, the best way to honor the hard work and perseverance of our local Louisville suffragists is to exercise your own right to vote this November. Looking for Lilith, Kentucky Suffrage Project is officially launched. Thank you for tuning in.